Lesson 10, Video 3, Adding a Forum that you will grade. If you want to create a forum for the students and plan on assigning a grade for the forum, there are two steps that you must complete. The first one is to create the forum in the discussion forum portlet. So I will go over here to the sidebar and click on discussion forum portlet. And that takes me to my discussion forums, and you see that I already have, that's where I did the enrollment verification activity as a forum topic. And I have a Unit 1 forum down here. So what I'm going to do, and that's in my unit forums, and that's what I want to create. So I'm going to go to Edit Forum, and I'm going to come down here under my unit forums, and I'm going to add a topic. And then my topic name is going to be the death penalty. And then I'm going to type what I want my form, the information I want the students to complete in the topic description. Now I've created already a Word document here that I'm going to copy and paste. Control C, and then I'll go back to my course, and this is what I want the students to complete. So if I make that a little bit larger, I like using the 12-point font. It says there has been a great deal of discussion about the death penalty over the past few months. Your form assignment for this unit is to write a 300 to 400 word post on whether or not the death penalty deters crime. The link below is to a site called procon.org that will give you some insight to many of the arguments for both sides of the issue. Feel free to use the internet to research the topic if you wish. Your post should be in your own words. Do not forget the section on plagiarism found in your syllabus. Type your name in the subject box when you go to post your response to the forum. The post is worth a maximum of 20 points. It will be graded based on the rubric for a forum post that is found in the Start Here portlet. You will not be able to see any of your classmates' responses, should be any of your classmates' responses until you have posted yours. And then here is the link to the document that I told them about at procon.org. And I need to make that link, so I just put a space there. So that's what I want the students to do. I'm going to go ahead and display it now. I would put an end date on it on when I want this form to be over. So end on, and I'll put the last day of the month, 11:55 p.m. I want the student to be able to post and reply. If I wanted post only or replies only, I could do that. Access, I want to restrict access to the students in the class, so I can just click on all users in the class. Restrictions, I want the students to post first. They cannot see the content of any other post until they post for themselves. And then I don't want them to be able to change, edit, delete their post once they've got it posted. So I'll put a check mark in the do not allow changes box. Again, I don't use moderation. If you want to, you can choose from the other two choices here. So I just want to hit save topic now. And here is my death penalty topic. And if I need to go back and edit that, I can. Or if I want to delete it, I can do that as well. So I have set up the forum in the discussion forum portlet. Now I need to go to my coursework. This is the second step. Go up to your coursework, and then you want to add an assignment, and then you want to choose the forum format. And then here's where I would type in the name of that assignment, which is the same as it was when I created it in discussion forum, the death penalty. And then I would put it in whatever unit that I have it under. Say I've got it under unit 4. It's required. It is a forum, so I'll get it in the right category for the certain percentage of points if I'm using the type or category method. I can leave the post due date alone. If you want to add one, you can, but it does need a due date. So I'm going to make a due date again. I had the 31st when I put it in the discussion forum, so I need to have the same date here. I can go ahead and show this now, or I could have it open on a specific date. How many points is it worth? In my syllabus, I told them that each forum post was worth 20 points. So I type in 20 there. When do I want them to see the grade? As soon as it's available. And I can show the class average to the students if I wish. Which discussion topic do you want to grade the student work in? Well, I want to grade it in my unit forums. And it tells me the forum topic here is the death penalty, so that is correct. My forum assignment options here, it should come up the way I created it in the discussion forums about not allowing their students to edit their post or replies until after they're made, and requiring the students to make a post. And I want them specifically to submit at least one post. That way, if I don't check this mark, if they don't, it will give them a 0. And then I can put a post in here that says, not to accept one shorter than a certain number of words long. I'm going to go ahead and leave it blank. That would accept all posts regardless of length. But since I've told them in my instructions that it must be at least 300 words in length, I remember that, and the students should remember it as well. Do I want them to make replies? And if I do, how many replies should they answer? I can also put a length of how long the reply has to be if I wish to do that. I'm just going to leave it blank now. Then on step 3, I'm going to click on it, and that's basically some more information very similar to what it was under the discussion forum portlet. I'll just go ahead and leave the description blank, and I'm going to put my instructions back down here. I'll go back, pick up what I wanted the students to do. Go ahead and change that. So I've got my post here. Copy it, and then I will come back to my class page and paste it. I will make it a little larger. And if I wanted to add a file, like if I didn't have this link here on the procon.org, if I had a document that I wanted the student to read, I could say that in the instructions here, and then I could add a file. And if I added the file, it would be just like you would on any other adding a handout or whatever. You would just click choose file. It would go to the Moxie manager. You would choose the file that you wanted to upload, and I would put it in my course here. So I would pick the file, say I wanted to do the American Revolution PDF, and put that in there, and I could label it and put a description in and just add my file, and then my file would go in here at the bottom. But if I wanted to do that instead of putting a link to a website, I could do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that now, just trash it. But you can add any file that you would like, and you can add several files if you wish. And then when you are finished, you're going to go back to save your new assignment. So I put that in Unit 4. Now if I go up and I look at my course organizer, and I go back to Unit 4 in the course organizer, that assignment should be there, and there it is, the death penalty forums. And it's got the due date here of March 31st at 11:55 p.m. Now, if I want to really look at what that looks like in the student view, I'm going to go ahead and log in here as student again. And go down to my P12 class where I have this assignment. And then I will go over to coursework. Or actually, I would have been telling them to go to course organizer, click on Unit 4, and then there's my death penalty forum. They could get to it from coursework or discussion forum, but just to keep them used to doing the same thing over and over, I always tell them to go back and go to the course organizer and go to that particular unit to find their assignment. So I will go to the death penalty, and then there's my instructions of everything that I've told them. There's the link. If they click on the link, it will take them to that procon.org and give them information, pro and con, that about the death penalty and whether or not it deters crime. After they look at that, they can go back, use the back arrow, and it says here to write a post or reply for this assignment, visit the death penalty topic in the forum. And that's what they click on. And it takes them basically to the discussion forum portlet. And it repeats again the information about the forum, what I want them to do. And then they would click on add a post. And they would click on, and I told them to put their name, so this is test student. And then they would fill out information that they wanted to. I'm just going to put X's in there. They would answer their post. It'd be 300 to 400 words. If they wanted to preview it, they could. And it would show them what they had written, and then they would submit it. And once they submit it, a little green test student comes up, says I've submitted it, and they are finished with it. And if there were other posts here, they would be able to see those as well at this time. Now, if I go back as the instructor here, and I'm going to refresh, and then I'm in the faculty view, but I go to my coursework and I want to grade the assignments. I go here and find the death penalty. And then there shows me the test student. And if I had any other students that had completed the assignment, that would be in listed in alphabetical order here. But I could go to click on the student's name, and then the information for test student will show up. And you can see that it's not graded yet, but I want to see what they wrote before I graded it. So I can go down in here to all initial posts, and I will expand all posts, and then there will come up what the student wrote. So I will just read it, and based on the rubric that I had given them, I can come up here, click partial. I mean, if they got 20 out of 20, I could check that box, or if they didn't turn it in, or I didn't give them credit, I could click the red X, but I'm going to click and say they got 18 points out of the 20. And then I would hit save, and then that gives the student an 18 out of 20 points, which would be 90% on that assignment. So that's all there is to it. It's just creating a form that is going to be graded. Just remember, it's a two-step process. You have to create it in discussion forum and then go up and do it in coursework as well. And it really doesn't matter which one you do first, as long as it's in both places. And that's the end of this video.